Hello, class. I decided to give you two articles for the price of one this week. This week, though, I'm going back to everyone's favorite topic of the past 2 years, COVID-19. Maybe you've heard of it. We've already been told the pandemic phase of the novel virus is over, and we're looking for mitigation. Vaccinations and whatnot. Well, Moderna has said that they're going to come out with an Omicron specific booster in the fall, and if it is deployed, I will take it. But I'm not eligible for the fourth dose. But 3 doses, that's even 2 doses. That's quite a bit. As long as you're not naive, we should be fine. And all of that, there are treatments now. And the two, well, oral treatments, I should say, we have the monoclonal antibodies and we have the remdesivir infusions. And the issue with those are you have to have them in a clinic or hospital setting. The oral meds are very easy. You take a rapid test, you test positive, they give you some pills. I think it's only 10 pills. I think it's 5 days, 2 pills a day, take you home, and you can treat yourself at home and not, take up space at the hospital. But the problem is the virus mutates, and we're looking for new ways. And some people are allergic to drugs. I'm allergic to some drugs myself, and so it's nice to have other drugs to fall upon. And some drugs interfere with other drugs, and that's one of the problems with Pfizer and Merck, their drugs. So Pfizer's drug is the most effective right now, but it has interference with other drugs. Actually, Pfizer drug is a combination of two drugs. It's an HIV drug, and it's a COVID-19 specific drug. They're both protease inhibitors. So a protease, when in the virus's life cycle, creates a long strand of DNA or RNA. RNA in the case of COVID-19, you have this long ribbon of RNA. Protease is this kind of enzyme that clips this long sort of ribbon of nucleic acid, of our ribonucleic acid. So, and typically what the molecules do is they kind of fit in the middle of that protease enzyme. So it's typically how they work. So we've been looking at other drugs that kind of get it from the side and change the shape. So those are future drugs that we're looking at now. But we're talking, this molecule, if it changes shape, then the protease inhibitor won't work. In my opinion, the Merck drug, it's the coronaviruses are not going to be able to mutate around that. The way it works, the way the Merck drug works, is that it incorporates mistakes into a certain life cycle of the virus where RNA is transferred to DNA. So that doesn't hurt us because our DNA unzips and turns to RNA, so we don't go from RNA to DNA, we go from DNA to RNA. So that specific step there, that's unique to coronaviruses. And what's interesting, it's broad spectrum. Usually antivirals are very narrow spectrum. Antibiotics can be very broad spectrum, but this is unique, and so it's a major discovery. The Merck drug is a major discovery, but it has reproductive effects, right? So there's give and take with things, right? You have the Pfizer drug, which is effective, but it also has interference with other drugs, and you have the Merck drug. It's not as effective, and it also causes some reproductive effects. So of course, the best thing to do is to never get COVID, but or if it never existed, but that's not the world we live in. So they're the drugs, and we're looking at the drugs, and it's referenced in this article about a Japanese drug. Where is that Japanese drug? So if you look at this, okay, so this one right here, this paragraph talks about this protease inhibitor. And so my second article, this is a very, the ones I've been given to you here from the Chemical Engineering News, they're fairly, I can read this article and I can feel really good about myself because I understand everything. Here is also an American Chemical Society publication. So this is on this Japanese protease inhibitor right here. So, and I feel a little reluctant telling you this, but reading this article, I don't understand everything in this article, and I have a PhD in chemistry, although I'm a physical chemist, a laser spectroscopist. I'm not a pharmacist or, the or a medicinal chemist. So this is out of my expertise. So in telling you that, I mean, everyone's not good at everything. I don't know everything to do about chemistry, kind of thing. And it's not like I can read these articles like, oh yeah, I completely understand everything. I mean, of course, like I can see this article and cytoplasm. I know what cytoplasm is, so pathogenic. I know what that is, right? So, but some of these other things that are going on, so many of these other, I don't know. So like this one here. I guess IC50. I guess that would be. I'd have to really think hard to think what IC50. I wonder. I was given some concepts. I know. I don't know what IC50 is. Apparently, it's less than 10 micromolar though. So I know what 10 micromolar is, but many of these things I have to. I don't understand off the top of my head, and it would take me quite a while to go and understand all these things and many of these other things here. It's not understandable, but I understand what's going on here. That they're looking at this is the drug, and they're looking at where it looks and where it fits in the protease enzyme in the virus. So I mean that's what these images are. I mean I just by glancing I can figure that out. So yeah, so here is this is a scientific article, and this is how scientists would communicate with each other. So, and the people in the field, though, I mean, they will understand almost everything in this article, whereas for me, I don't understand everything on there. So, and I mean, that's just what happens as scientists. We're specialized. We're very highly specialized. So that's one thing. If you go on and get your PhD, you will have a very narrow. And I know most of you aren't going to get a PhD, and that's fine. That's totally fine. It's and many of you taking chemistry because I mean most of you are taking this as a requirement. I don't think there's too many of you taking this as an elective or for personal interest. So, but you have other honorable professions, of course, and I'm happy to have you as students. So, but I just want to show you this. This is something how we communicate, like I said, with each other as scientists, and we do it through publications. And here's an example of publications and of a publication, and this is how we exchange information, and also other things that we go to conferences and give presentations there. That's another way you can do that. So, but this is if you want to look over this article, this is interesting. It's interesting to see a scientific article and read it and stress over it, but at the same time, in a sort of Socratic way. I mean, if you don't understand something here, don't freak out. And I don't understand much of it's in this article. I'm not freaking out. I don't soul search and say, oh, geez, they're going to go and revoke my PhD. No, I don't think they will. I mean, maybe they will, but I don't think so. So, but keep that in mind as you're going forward that it's like not everybody knows everything, and there's much that we don't know. And also how highly specialized everyone is. So, but I do hope you enjoy the article of sorts. For some light reading in your moderately busy times right now. And I know the semester is wrapping up, and I know that there's so much stress right now. So, I mean, I still have nightmares about this time, like this kind of feeling, and it's funny. I mean, I've been having this reoccurring dream for, I mean, probably going on 2 decades. I mean, maybe some of you are not even 2 decades old, but I have this dream that I just kind of show up to a class and it's a final exam. I'm like, oh no, I haven't studied. And, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough time. So with that in mind, take care of yourselves as much as you can, and if you ever need anything, please feel free to contact me. You know, loss of basic needs, academic issues, please let me know. And I'm looking at the time. I've talked for over 10 minutes, and I'm sorry. I usually give short videos, but I guess I was talking a little bit too much. So I will stop this this talk for now, and leave you again with well wishes, and hopefully if you need anything, you feel comfortable enough to come to me for help. Okay, aloha then.